Ly Tieu Ca stood by the small window of her cramped home, gazing out at the modest yard where chickens pecked busily at the ground. Her little son, Han, played nearby, his innocent smile a small comfort amid the heavy burdens pressing down on her. Yet inside her heart, anxiety gnawed relentlessly. She had been through weeks of tension that seemed almost unbearable. Her mother-in-law, a stern and unyielding woman, had been relentlessly pressuring her, demanding the return of a promised dowry worth 50 million Vietnamese dong, threatening to take Han away if she failed. That sum was enormous for Ly Tieu Ca, especially when her only income came from selling eggs at the market and the part-time job she had just secured at the factory, thanks to the help of the company's CEO. The harsh confrontations with her mother-in-law struck like violent storms sweeping through her fragile life. "If you can't pay, then return my grandson." Those cutting words pierced her deeply, but she had no strength to fight back, only silence and the desperate effort to keep her little family together. Just when all seemed lost, the CEO, the leader of the factory where she worked, appeared. Not merely a manager, but a man who understood and cared about each employee's hardship. Upon learning of Ly Tieu Ca's struggles, he didn't hesitate to offer practical help, lending her his car to commute to work, supporting her initial steps toward financial independence, and standing as a quiet pillar of strength when she needed it most. Despite the overwhelming weight of her family's demands, Ly Tieu Ca began to feel a flicker of hope. The CEO's kindness was a steady light cutting through the darkness surrounding her. With his support, she balanced the daily challenges of work, childcare, and navigating the tense family dynamics that threatened to unravel her world. One morning, she arrived at the factory earlier than usual, the cool air biting at her skin. The CEO greeted her with a reassuring smile, handing her a basket to collect tools she needed for her shift. "You're doing well," he said softly. "Remember, you're not alone." Those words resonated deep within her. In a world where she felt constantly judged and pushed to the edge, here was someone offering understanding without expectation. Meanwhile, back at home, the pressures escalated. Her mother-in-law's demands grew more aggressive, and the looming deadline to repay the dowry felt like a noose tightening around her. But with every day, Ly Tieu Ca resolved to keep going, not just for herself, but for Han, whose small hands reached for her comfort and love. Through it all, she learned that strength isn't about never falling. It's about rising again, even when the storm feels endless. As days passed, the weight on Ly Tieu Ca's shoulders did not lessen, but she grew stronger. The factory had become more than just a place of work. It was a refuge, a space where the harsh whispers of her private life momentarily faded beneath the hum of machines and the camaraderie of co-workers. The CEO's quiet presence was a balm to her weary spirit, reminding her that kindness could still be found in unexpected places. One afternoon, after finishing her shift, Ly Tieu Ca found herself standing hesitantly outside the CEO's modest office. Gathering courage, she knocked softly and entered. He looked up from his papers, his face breaking into a welcoming smile. "Come in, Ly Tieu Ca." "What's on your mind?" She took a deep breath, the flood of worry pressing against her chest. "It's my mother-in-law. She's demanding the dowry money, threatening to take Han away if I can't pay." "I don't know how I can do it. The 50 million dong, it's more than I can earn in months." The CEO listened carefully, his expression serious but calm. "Family conflicts like these are painful," he said. "But you're not without options. Let's figure out a plan. Maybe we can look into some financial support or talk to people who can mediate." Relief flooded through her. For the first time in weeks, she felt a flicker of hope, a real chance to breathe. In the following days, the CEO took a hands-on role, coordinating with trusted contacts to help ease the pressure on Ly Tieu Ca. He arranged for flexible work hours and helped her apply for small loans that would buy time to settle the dowry issue without losing custody of Han. Meanwhile, tension at home remained high. The mother-in-law's harsh words echoed through the walls, demanding payment and reminding Ly Tieu Ca of old promises and past grievances. Yet, each confrontation became a test of the young mother's resilience. She no longer cowered. Instead, she met each challenge with quiet determination. One evening, as Han slept soundly, Ly Tieu Ca sat by the window, reflecting on how much her life had changed. The darkness that once consumed her now seemed to recede, replaced by the faint but steady light of possibility. She remembered the first time the CEO had handed her the car keys, trusting her with more than just transportation, entrusting her with dignity and hope. That simple gesture had been a turning point, a reminder that even amid hardship, there were people willing to believe in her. The CEO's role extended beyond the workplace. He frequently checked in, offering encouragement and practical advice. His leadership wasn't just about business, it was about nurturing the people around him. With his support, Ly Tieu Ca also began to explore opportunities to stabilize her family's future. Discussions about investing in local businesses and managing construction projects, subjects once distant and daunting, became part of her new reality. She found herself learning, growing, and envisioning a life beyond survival. Though the shadows of family conflict still lingered, they no longer held her captive. Each day was a step forward, a testament to human strength and kindness. In the end, Ly Tieu Ca's story is not only about struggle, but about the power of timely help. How one person's compassion can ignite hope, change lives, and illuminate a path through even the darkest storms.